I see people in the street who say, what a tremendous job, you're really telling us what's happening. I think that's the part that's really got to me in the whole process, the deceptiveness of the people who have been promoting it within the council. I think that is a real problem. People say, oh, but you've lost, it's all over. Well, it's certainly not all over. If you read the flyers, there's no doubt we are right in it. All that's happened so far is that the council has hurried through on a Wednesday afternoon a DA, their own DA. Why? The next morning, amalgamations were announced. As a result, they've put in a DA which has a lot of flaws in it, a lot of holes. But that's a DA which now goes, it's their own DA. If a private individual or property developer had put it in, it wouldn't have been accepted by the council in its current form. But that's what we've got. They put it in, it gets lodged with the JRPP, which is a review process. Now they can't get to the JRPP until they've gone through a notification period to local residents. The council put out a deceptive notification which didn't have a roundabout in Sydney Road at Euston Street Junction. They sent it out, no one would have known what was happening there and what complications a roundabout would have, what it would create. I made this well known to Mr. Person, the administrator, and what happened? A few days later, they sent out another notification. Don't ask me how many thousands of dollars that cost them, but they had to go through the whole process again. So they've actually extended the period for the DA submissions from the 17th of June, which was what was in the first notifications, to the 1st of July. So I would ask you all to put in a submission before the 17th of June anyway, but just bear in mind you do have until the 1st of July, and this is because the council did use the wrong process in sending notifications out. JRPP process, there's a panel, they decide we can make submissions now. The Save Manly Oval organisation, the Alliance, is going to make submissions also with specialist reports. We've got the experts, some of whom are here today, to support that application. I can assure you that we have substantial grounds to fight this in the JRPP process. We've had a lot of assistance from the EDO, the Environment Defence Office. They are giving us at really good rates. They are experts at this sort of field, and they tell us that the whole process that was undertaken by the council was of no effect really. It was all illegal. They didn't comply with all the procedures that had to get there. I won't take too much more time about that, because what we're looking at is this JRPP process. I want to press on you that we want submissions to go in. There are numerous examples of them here today. You don't have to have a 1.5 page submission. I see Tony Lewis over here, he's done a beautiful one. I went for 8 pages, it took me ages to read it. Very technical, and it was a great one. But if you have a look at the form, you only need 3 or 4. I note that in the submissions that have gone in, someone seems to have been hustling up the pro-Oval car park lobby, because there's a whole series, if you look at them, one-liners saying, I am in favour of the car park under Manly Oval. And really, they're not giving any reason, but they're working on the basis that someone will count the submissions for and against at some stage towards the end, and there'll be X number for, Y number against. So be as extensive as you like, but put in a submission. Can I just talk to you a little bit? I have played a lot of rugby on Manly Oval. I must say that I used to play for Northern Suburbs. I played here under different circumstances, but I finished my career playing in Manly. And I'm concerned, really, about the Oval. When I came down here from North and playing on Manly Oval, I always thought, gee, it might be an illusion, it's all closed in, right? It's a small paddock. And would you believe it? I've measured it, 97.3 metres instead of 100 metres. There's no rule that says an oval, try line to try line has to be a certain level. It's got to be more than 94, but it's generally accepted that 100 metres is a try line to try line, and 10 metres for a dead ball line. As it is at the moment, we've got 6.5 metres for a dead ball line on the southern side. It's going to be small. Now, I've had a bit of a tete-a-tete with Jean Hay in the paper saying, I'm not sure. She's giving us assurances that it's not going to affect the ground. Well, I'm sorry, but I've suggested she has a good look at the plans. I've circulated some at the entrance here today, but you've only just got to look at it. And on the council plan, Becker for Abergeldy, who are the contractors. It says relocated picket fence. And behind that, it has a shaded area. I haven't shaded it. It's the council's plan, and shows the amount of the oval that's going to be excised. This is not going to just affect rugby. This is going to affect cricket. You've got a lot more fours hit, a lot more sixes, landing on the road and the like, because everything's going to move in. Now, David Wonder, who's my next week, he has a son actually who plays rugby at North, of all places. He was at Chatsworth Oval yesterday watching Gordon and North play, and he'll tell you what happened behind their dead ball line yesterday on the wet turf. But this is a problem which has been just glossed over, and when I read that Jean Hay says that she's giving us assurances that X and Y is going to happen, in 2 years' time when we look at the Oval, it's going to be too late to worry about whether she gave us assurances or not. One other point I'd just like to speak on briefly is the tunnel going west up Sydney Road, which will start, according to the plans, on the western side of the roundabout at Eustace Street. That's going to go, and David will give you some words on that, which shows it will go up about 155 metres because of the 12.9% rise in that part of Sydney Road at the bottom. And I see here today the owners of properties in 71, 73 and 75 Sydney Road who've got garages there. They're not going to come out of their garages and turn right on this plan. They'll have to go up the hill if they want to come down to Manly. It's too bad. If they're coming down from Fairlight and they want to get in their garage, they're going to have to go down the bottom of Eustace Street, do a U-turn, round the roundabout and go back up the hill. So there are a lot of things. As one of those owners said to me, how come in Raglan Street they were told in the council documentation that the Raglan Street people were asked whether they were in favour of having a car park entrance or exit there, and they all said no, so the council dropped them. As these fellows say, in Sydney Road, no one asked us, no one even consulted us, and it's done. I'll leave, because we've got a limited time, I'd like to firstly thank everyone for coming today. We were really worried this morning for some consideration whether or not we would be cancelling it today, but there's so many people who rang up and said, no, we're coming. I don't think we gave the cancelling a second thought. It's great to see some of the rugby guys, Tiny over there, Tiny Melrose, Scotty Calcraft and the boys. I think the rugby club have a few problems because they do have alliances with different people financially, which mean they can't be too outspoken, but someone has to come to terms with this in the rugby clubs and cricket club as to what it means to them. Thank you very much. I can only ask you again, my time's probably up as it can be, would I really stress on you, I don't care how long it is, technically if you like, long details, but you've got to put in a reason. I don't want to see people say, if you want to do it, fine, but I don't want to see, I don't agree with a car park under the Oval. I think everyone can be a bit more explanatory than that. You can go into whichever detail you like, but please put in the submissions. They are going to be very important to us. Thank you very much.